Welcome to Dunndark.
And welcome back to Steins Gate Zero. Last time we talked with Maho about trying to make a new time leap machine. It seems like we really need Okabe's help, but obviously he wouldn't want to help. Now, if this next scene is anything like it was in the original ending, this is your nudity warning, because there might be some... Anyways, Suzuha sighed as she took her shower. Since it was summer, she'd set the water temperature low. It was barely hotter than tap water. As long as the water was pouring down on her, she could feel all the bad memories were being washed away. Feel like they were being washed away. She slapped her cheeks with both hands and turned off the water. The small tiled room suddenly became quiet. Too quiet. Sorry. In the silence, she vigorously toweled off her hair. This building was never intended for anyone to live in. Not only was there very little room, there wasn't even a place to change. It was small, there were no windows, and the steam from the shower just built up, making it an unpleasant sauna in the summer. Also, probably be kind of bad for mold reasons, I'd imagine. Supposedly, Itaro and Okabe would sit next to each other, next to the fans, to get away from the heat and moisture. Of course, that was only when the girls, as well as Luca, were not around. Of course, as well as Luca. But Suzu couldn't do that. There were these huge scars on her chest. If she was careless and Yuki saw them, she'd have a big problem. So, she always forced herself to change within the small space. The second she left the shower room, she realized something was wrong. The lights were off in the part behind the curtain where the lab room was. She was sure she'd left all the lab lights on when she'd gone to take a shower. She didn't remember turning them off. Still completely naked, she flung open the curtain. She dropped to the floor, ready to move. She could tell by the way the light from the shower room, that there was no one else there. She didn't hear any breathing, and she couldn't feel any other presence.
父さんが一度戻ってきたのか
And then, when he'd left, he turned off the lights? No, that couldn't be right. She looked around the room, and saw that things had been moved in such a way that an amateur wouldn't be able to notice. The tower's computer desk, the sofa area, the bookshelves, even the mini kitchen. Someone had gone through them all. From the looks of it, the same was probably true of the development room. Suzu glanced all over the areas where she kept her guns. The closest was the sofa, which she used as a bed. She wanted to have one easily available if she was attacked while she slept, so she had cut out the back of one of the sofa cushions and hid a suppressed semi-automatic pistol in it. It was just a .32 caliber for self-defense, so it wouldn't do that much damage unless you had good aim. But it was small and relatively quiet, which made it the best choice for a place like this. Suzu tensed all her muscles, coiling like a spring, and slowly moved towards the sofa without making a sound. She did. She tried to notice any changes in the surrounding area. There was a small sound in the development room. There was a tiny, tiny creaking of the floor, to which you'd usually pay no mind. But that was more than enough for Suzu. In an instant, she moved from quiet to action. She cleared the distance to the sofa in a single moment, and quickly drew her gun. She held it ready, and slipped into the shadow of the refrigerator. In this position, she could barely see into the development room. The room became silent again. But this time, the intruder in the other room didn't try to hide their presence.
おかしな真似をしたら撃つ手を頭の上にそのままゆっくり出てこい
Suzu threatened the intruder in a low voice, but the intruder seemed completely unconcerned as they exposed themselves to Suzu's gaze. Gaze? Should be gaze?
この暑いのによくそんな格好をしていられるな。ヘルメットだけでも取ったらどうだ？
The intruder was wearing a motorcycle suit, just like before. Even the helmet was the same. The leather suit clung tightly to their skin, revealing a voluptuous and perfectly proportioned body. It was clearly a woman.
あんたが探してるものだけどね。そこにはないよ。私の服のポケットだ。
Suzu pointed to the entrance of the shower room. The shirt she'd just taken off was laying there on the floor. The girl in the motorcycle suit turned her head. But because the face mask was down, Suzu couldn't read her expression.
なあ、落としたらダメじゃないか。ママからもらった大切なものだろ。Kagari.
The second she spoke, Kagari Shino was the first to move. She drew a deglossed military knife that she must have been hiding behind her back, and closed the gap between herself and Suzu in an instant. Suzu pointed the gun at her legs and pulled the trigger, carefully aiming away from her vitals. She heard the small pop of a suppressed 32, and Kagari lost her balance and fell. Or, she thought she did, but it was a feint. She only pretended to lose her balance. In fact, she changed directions and was heading for the shower room. It seemed her first goal was to get what she came for.
これは
After firing only one shot, Suzu realized, even 32 should have more recoil than this. She fired again, but Kagari didn't even flinch for a moment.
ブランクカートリッジ。どうして？
At some point, all the bullets in Suzu's gun had been swapped with blanks. That instant's panic was all it took. Kagari reached out for the shirt on the floor in front of the shower room.
この
Suzu gave up on firing and flung the gun at Kagari. There was a dull thud as the hard barrel slammed into her neck. Caught off balance, she staggered back before she could grab the shirt. She could hear Kagari's voice for the first time from within the helmet. Suzu jumped. She kicked the off-balance Kagari as hard as she could with her toned, muscled legs. This was no time to hold back. Kagari was flying all the way to the edge of the room. This had to have broken a few ribs. Suzu jumped towards her to continue her attack. With a terrifying speed, Kagari left up off the ground and charged at Suzu. There wasn't even enough time to come to a full stop. The sharp blades swept by, mere centimeters from her exposed abdomen. If she'd pulled back even a few tenths of a second later, the knife would have fatally sliced open her gut.
Oh my!
The blood rushed to Suzu's head. Kagari was serious. She was planning to kill her. There was no hesitation in her movements. Suzu leapt back and searched for signs she could use as a weapon. But the other guns were probably no different. There was a good chance they'd all have their ammo swapped with blanks too. It was even possible that her self-defense knives had been taken too. Which left. There were several knives carefully stored in the kitchen. Yuki had brought them over to use in teaching the other girls how to cook. But Kagari had evidently noticed them as well, and she was moving to keep Suzu from reaching them.
へえ、ずいぶん離れしてるじゃないか。とてもマシンの中でベソベソ泣いてた子供とは思えないな。驚いたよ。
Suzu kept her distance from Kagari as she slowly moved along the wall. Her competitive drive burned even brighter as she tried to come up with a way to overcome her disadvantage.
ほら、カガリ、これだろ。
She picked up her shirt from in front of the shower room and took the green keychain out of its pockets. 3 dots.
どうした？取りに来なよ。
Her fingers moved as if to crush it. She could see Kagari twitch. For the first time, she could detect a hint of emotion beyond the helmet. In an instant, she threw at Kagari's stomach. Keychain flew in a slow arc, like she was tossing to a friend. If something they love was thrown like that, even the fiercest warrior would instinctively reach out both hands to grab it. Kagari was no exception. She carefully held out her mother's memento. She carefully held her mother's memento in both her empty left hand and the right hand that still clutched the knife. Okay. Using the slow arc of the keychain as camouflage, Suzuha flew at her at a straight line. Her right fist connected hard with Kagari's stomach, and her left arm smashed Kagari's head to the side. Kagari's body fell to the ground, her right shoulder taking the brunt of the fall. Suzuha could hear the sound of her joint dislocating. The knife slipped from her grasp. Suzuha got behind her and mounted her, twisting her right arm mercilessly. At the same time, she slipped her left arm around Kagari's neck and squeezed hard. She could hear something like a moan from Kagari's throat. She could both hear and feel the bones in her arm and neck creaking.
おとなしくしろ。殺しはしない。
Kagari picked up the knife on the floor with her left hand and once again tried to use it on Suzuha. Suzuha was forced to squeeze her arm and neck even harder.
もうやめろ、カガリ。今の私にはお前の気持ちだってわかるんだ。でもやっぱりそれは間違ってる。間違ってるんだ。
But Kagari didn't stop. If anything, she tried even harder to pull Suzuha away.
こいつ一体どんな訓練を受けてきたんだ。
Even in all the battles she'd been in, this much pressure on 2 different spots was enough to get even the toughest soldier to submit or fall unconscious. Terrified, Suzuha squeezed even harder. At this rate, she wouldn't simply knock her out, she would really kill Kagari. But if she stopped, Kagari would kill her. What should she do? And then she heard a sad, weak voice from inside the helmet. It startled her, and she relaxed both her arms. But that was just what Kagari had hoped for. The knife came very close to cutting Suzuha's left arm. When she let go to dodge it, Kagari shook her off and kicked her at her hips with both legs. Suzuha was slammed back hard to the computer desk, and for a moment she couldn't breathe. She fell to the floor, and the printer and monitor crashed mercilessly onto her naked body. She forced herself to stand up, gasping hard as she did so. Kagari's breathing was heavy too. Her right arm was pointed in an impossible direction and hanging limp. She wouldn't be able to use it for a while, probably, but her left arm was still holding the knife.
お前、随分と汚い真似まで覚えたんだな。
Suzuha glared at Kagari's face, not that she could see what it looked like behind that helmet. The two of them fell silent as they tried to catch their breath. The tension in the air was so thick that it was difficult to move a muscle. Sweat rolled down her forehead and into her eyes, but she still didn't blink as she waited for Kagari to make her next move. It was the sound of the front door opening that broke their stalemate.
Oi, Suzuha! 今すごい音しなかった?
Suzuha felt a chill run down her spine when she heard Utaro's voice.
あれ? なんで真っ暗なん？
ダメだ父さん、来ちゃダメ。
She yelled at the exact same instant he turned on the lights. The sudden brightness was enough to make Suzu flinch for an instant. Kagari was wearing a full-face helmet, and that made all the difference. She leapt towards Itaru, just a moment before Suzu. Kagari's black knife went up to his throat. Kagari spun around behind him, using Itaru's huge body as a shield. Suzu staggered towards him, gritting her teeth.
その手を離せ、かがり。父さんに傷一つでも負わせてみろ。たとえお前でも本当に殺す。
Three dots. But Kagari remained silent as she headed outside the door of her hostage, and then the next moment she shoved him forwards. Itaru lost his balance and fell towards Suzu. Suzu fell to the ground underneath his weight. Itaru just barely managed to support himself with his arms and his legs to keep from crushing her. Suzu tried to shove him off, using a little more force than she may have intended. But Itaru was so huge that it would take him a moment to get up. She was getting away. She somehow managed to crawl out from under him and quickly tried to follow after Kagari.
Suzuha,
Itaru was still lying on the ground as he tossed the naked Suzu her shirt. She grabbed it and quickly put it on, then ran outside. But when she looked around the street, the girl in the motorcycle leathers wasn't there. There was no way to even know where she'd gone.
逃げられた。
It would be dangerous to run around trying to find her now. There was a chance Itaru would be tagged while she wasn't at the lab.
今のってまさかかがりたん？
Itaru came outside as well.
うん。多分間違いない。
そっか。
結局、あの子とはこうなっちゃうんだな。
The bruises and wounds were bad enough, but the pain that ached in her heart was the worst of all.
私さ、あの子のこと本当に好きだったんだ。
うん。
小さくても勇敢で、まゆ姉さんを守るためにいつも頑張ってて、私もそんなあの子にいろいろなことを教えた。きっと妹みたいに思ってた。
うん。
けどあいつはもう完全に敵だ。
Itaru straightened up his shirt sleeves.
今の鈴葉、なんかエロゲーの地上キャラっぽい格好になってるよ。
え？お
Suzu was caught completely off guard. True, her t-shirt only came down to just below her hips, roughly the length of a miniskirt. Her breasts were almost completely bared. The shirt's hem was turned up and she felt exposed.
まあ僕は地上物も結構いける口なんで、乱れた裸 T シャツというのもありといえばありですが、むふー。
またそうやってふざける。大怪我してたかもしれないのに。
But Itaru shook his head.
僕さっきはナイフ見て騒いじゃったけど、でも怖がる必要なかったんじゃないかなって。あれがもし僕の聞き間違いじゃなかったら。
Itaru rubbed the part of his neck where the knife blade was.
ナイフを突きつけられてた時、ほんの少しだけど聞こえたんだよ。
何が？
彼女多分泣いてた。
え？
Crying? Under that helmet? After the whole battle of Suzu? While holding a knife to Tara's neck? But why?
だからさ、決めつけるのはまだ早いんじゃね？
父さん。
な？
アイス買ってきてくれた？バニラ。
ああ、もちろん。
食べたいな。私ちょっと疲れちゃった。
And then she almost fell forward.
で、
Tara managed to catch her before she hit the ground.
おい、鈴葉。
ごめん。平気。でも
Aw.
少しだけ休ませて。
That was all she had the energy to say. She closed her eyes in her dad's arms, and her consciousness melted away. So I think that was mostly the same. I was hoping it'd be a little more different, but oh well. Maybe what I'll do is I'll put like a timestamp in the video so that you can skip past that part if you don't want to see it all over again. I feel like my narration has gotten better though, so, you know, just saying. So now we're back to Okabe here. I'm gonna keep going because having a video of only recap would be kind of lame. So, anyways. When July came... Okabe voice. When July came, the sun shone down even harder on eastern Japan. Summer was truly here. The news had been saying for days that the heat island effect may make this the hottest summer in years. And then, on the first Sunday in July... The arrivals lobby at the international terminal of Narita Airport was filled with foreigners and Japanese passengers returning home.
すごい人だね。どんどん増えてるかも。
I like their summer outfits. Look at all these people. Oh no, that's my Yuri's voice. Look at all these people. I think there's more than there were a minute ago.
日曜日の空港を侮ってたにゃ。
見逃すなよ、マユリ、フェリス。なんせ相手はとにかくちっちゃいからな。
The three of us are waiting for someone here. Speaking of which, what does the text say? Luca says, "Sorry, I can't go today." I could say it's fine, no problem. You had to do something to do, it's alright, or having a lot of people around would just bother Hiajo. It's probably 'cause, I guess, yeah, Maho's probably coming back. So this wasn't really a scene in the last one, as far as I know. The last ending. Maybe we should say, let's be understanding. You had something to do, it's alright. Okay. I hope I can see Maho before she leaves. I'll ask her how long she's staying and contact you later. Thank you. Well, that's nice. Cool. We've been here almost an hour, or there almost an hour.
オカリン、
Same difference.
今の問題発言は彼女に言いつけざるを得ないぞ。
冗談だ、やめてくれ。
Oh. You know how tiny she is. Oh, that's one. Yeah, you shouldn't tell her that.
なかなか来ないね。
She's a little sensitive about the whole height thing.
やっぱりサプライズでこっそり出迎えようとしたのが間違いだったのかにゃ。
せめて何時の便で到着するのかぐらいは聞いておくべきだったな。
We hadn't told her that we were coming to greet her. And so all we knew was that she was arriving at Narita on an afternoon flight. If I had known that we were going to have to wait so long, I would have tried to get the arrival time out of her. There was a stream of passengers flowing by us, but no sign of the person we were waiting for. Just as I was starting to wonder if we'd missed her because she was so small, she finally appeared. Or more precisely, I saw a giant travel suitcase rolling all by itself away from the gate. And from behind it, I heard a voice I recognized.
まったくもうパスポートの偽造なんかしてないわ。何なのよ。
I did not fake my passport. Oh my
毎
gosh.
回毎回どの国へ行ってもいちいち調べられて時間がかかって仕方ないわ。
I walked up to the suitcase and gave it a pat.
いやジョーさん
Maho had been leaning forward and pushing the suitcase as hard as she could. Her mouth hung open when she saw me.
久しぶり。無事入国できてよかったな。
あなた
Blushing a little.
なんか随分やつれてるな。大丈夫か？
大丈夫に決まって。
So she finally got to Japan of her own means, I guess.
そうじゃないわ。どうしてここに。
今日の昼に来るって話してただろ。だから驚かせようと思って迎えに来たんだ。
そうなの？それはどうもどうも。
For some reason, her voice became really weird the moment she saw me. Was my being here really that much of a surprise?
でも秋葉原駅までは行けるから改札口に迎えに来てくれればいいって言っておいたのに。
まあいいじゃないか。せっかくだし。それに君一人で本当に秋葉まで来られるか心配だったから。
失礼ね。私はそんなに頼りなくないわ。
Mayuri and Ferris came up as well.
マホさん。てってれー。
Sorry. That's great. She can't do the tutoru. That's great. Okay. That's great. That's great. Okay. As Mayuri grabbed Maho's hand, Ferris walked up and gave her a big hug.
まゆりさんもフェイリスさんもお久しぶり。二人もわざわざ迎えに来てくれたのね。ありがとう。ちなみにこんな場所で大声でマホニャンと呼ぶのはやめてくれないかしら。
なんでかわいいのに。
周りを見なさい。みんなが笑っているでしょ。恥ずかしいのよ。
うにゃそうかにゃ。
Ferris really sticks out after all. While we'd been waiting here, all the foreigners had been pointing at her and yelling, "Cat ears! Cat ears!" Some had even asked for pictures.
いやジョーさん、荷物俺が持とう。
ええ、ありがとう。
でも結構急な来日だったよな。
It was only a few days ago that I found out she was coming. Well, because she was coming to work with Daru and Suzuha, right? She wasn't exactly coming to hang out with Okabe, right?
今回もレスキネン教授の手伝いなのか？
Or does Okabe just totally not know what they're doing? That's fair. I mean, he wouldn't want them working on the Time Leap machine, so that's understandable.
ああ、その
Maho was fidgeting and glancing up at me.
岡部さんはレスキネン教授とはよく連絡を取り合っているの？
ああ、教授ずっとこっちで研究を続けてるだろ。
So Dr. Leskinen's here too. Okay.
食事に誘ってもらったりしてるんだ。
But
す
separately.
ごく光栄だよ。
Aw.
そう。まずいわね。
That's bad.
まずい？何が？
ああ、いえ、こっちの話よ。
Oh, I see. She might be here kind of secretly. She really was acting weird. She She wasn't like this when I saw her last winter. Was she tired from her trip? Or was she seeing us? Or was seeing us here that much of a surprise?
今回は教授の手伝いではないの。沖縄の親類のところへ行く予定なのよ。
Oh, yes, totally. Oh, I see, that's her cover story. She's visiting relatives in Okinawa. Right.
でもせっかくだからその前に秋葉原にも寄ってみようかと思って。
Okay, that's fair.
そうか、沖縄か。
For a moment, the name of that place brought back visions from that nightmarish time. After I collapsed on Christmas, I was sent to another world line, where I'd spent a month fleeing to Okinawa. Right, yeah, that was the thing you did.
いいね沖縄。一度でいいから行ってみたいな。
But Yuri, of course, has the opposite reaction.
マユシーの学校は修学旅行は沖縄じゃないのにゃ。マユシーのところはね、北海道だったよ。
Oh, they went to Hokkaido, not Okinawa. Okay,
フ
makes
ェイリ
sense.
スはハワイにゃ。
You went to Hawaii? Wow.
海外だ。アロハ。
Aloha. Putting aside the girls and their talk of school trips,
じゃあヒアジョーさんは東京にはそんなにいられないのか。
wish I could go to Hawaii on a school trip. Gee.
そうね、そういうことになるわね。
秋葉原にいる間のホテルとかは決めてあるのかにゃ。
まだよ。これから安いビジネスホテルでも探すつもり。
だったらこのままフェイリスのお家に来るといいにゃ。この前のお部屋自由に使ってもらって構わないにゃ。
That's fair.
でもそんなの悪いわ。
またそうやって遠慮するんやから、フェイリスは大歓迎だにゃ。
だけどそんなに甘えるわけには。
I have to appreciate all the effort they took to translate the text of Ferris's talking, but still try to put lots of cat puns in there.
だったらこれでどうかにゃ。お部屋を無償で貸し出す代わりにフェイリスのお店でほんのちょっとだけお手伝いしてもらうのにゃ。
That'd be a little embarrassing for Maho.
お店？
メイクインニャンニャンだね。
まさかそれってあの猫耳のお店？
その通りにゃ。この時期は猫耳メイドのみんなはコミマの準備でいろいろ忙しいのにゃ。お休み取りたいって泣きついてくるんだにゃ。
Alright, they'd be busy with Kamima, right?
つまり深刻な猫耳メイド不足なのにゃ。
Ah!
なのりゃ。
I hope you like my Ferris impression.
というわけで、マホにゃん、どうかにゃん？どうかにゃん？
お断りします。
なんで？
Why not? Seriously?
なんでって当たり前でしょ。私に似合うわけないわ。
By the way, what's with the way they're drawing Mayuri's fists here? Like, her fingers look like super thick. Like, if you compare to like Maho's fingers.
似合うよ。絶対に可愛いと思うな、マユシーは。意義なしだにゃ。オカリンもそう思うにゃ。
ああ、きっとファンがつくんじゃないか。
ファンなんてそんなお世辞は嫌いよ。
別にお世辞じゃないんだけどな。
だとしたら視力検査にでも行ってくることね。
Ouch.
にゃにゃ。赤くなったにゃ。
なってません。
マホニャンはもっと自分の魅力に気づくべきだと思うにゃ。マユシーが男の子だったらキュンってしちゃうのです。
thought she was supposed to be super short, but they don't really draw her any shorter in here.
だからそんなことないと言ってるのに。
ヒア嬢さんは多分もうちょっとなんというかおしゃれとかしてみたらいいんじゃないかな。そうすればもっとこう
I was trying to sound my best to sound encouraging, but it just ended up sounding like a huge jerk. Of course, she was annoyed.
私は今のままで十分よ。研究が第一なんだから。
You could be the first scientist cat made.
でもそれじゃあ好きな人とかできたらどうするのにゃ。相手に気持ちを伝えられなくて困っちゃうにゃ。
Poor Maho.
大丈夫よ。そういう人なんてできないと思うから困ったりしないわ。
She gave a sigh that was a little too deliberate.
ごめんなさい。時差ボケと飛行機の疲れでちょっと。
わかるにゃ。時差ボケって結構辛いんだにゃ。リムジンを用意してあるからマフニャンは眠っていくといいにゃ。
リムジン？
Paris had rented a white limo to pick up Maho. Sheesh, she really did go overboard. But thanks to that, Mayura and I were able to enjoy its big, comfy seats on the way to Narita Airport. That's nice.
なんならフェイリスが膝枕してあげるにゃ。
A little creepy, Ferris.
それともマユシーの膝がいいかにゃ。
That's
マ
not
ユ
much
シ
better.
ーはオッケーだよ。
結構よ。子供じゃあるまいし。
でも傍目から見てもだいぶ疲れてるってわかるな。そんなに研究が忙しいのか？
それはまあ掛け持ちしているわけだから。
掛け持ちというとアマデウス以外にも何かやっているのか？
She weren't supposed to mention the other project. She quickly brought her hand over her mouth.
それは企業秘密なの。
そうか、それは悪かった。
If it was true that the American University labs had a lot of stuff going on there. I'd heard there was a lot of industrial spies. Ooh. If she wasn't careful about what she said, she might get fired, or worse, expelled. Harry Potter memes. It was a mistake on my part to even ask.
そういえば橋田さんは今日はどうしたの？
あいつなら今日は人生をかけた大事な用があってな。
人生をかけた？
ダル君は今デート中なんだよ。
Well, to be fair, that is pretty important for, like, you know, Suzu's existence. Maho's shock was almost comical.
私本当に疲れているのね。ひどい現状を聞いたわ。
いや、そう思うのも無理ないが。
本当にデートなのです。
信じられない。嘘でしょ？あの変態が？
Even Maho was calling him a pervert. Dara had said he was talking to Maho a lot too, so I could just imagine what their conversations were like. But actually, if Dara didn't do his best today, it would ruin the world's entire chain of causality. That's fair. In that sense, Dara's Day was an event with universe-spanning implications. I see. Yes, it's extremely important. Okay. So I'll cut that off there. I don't know if the Go-Go Curry scene's gonna be the same or different, but we'll see. Anyways, that was interesting. I like their little airport scene there. It was It was funny. Maho was trying to hide the fact of why she was in Japan in the first place, which is kind of cool. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time.